In the early 2000s, Nick Dougherty was tipped to become one of the best golfers in the world. He won 3 European Tour events before struggling to find consistent form, eventually losing his tour card. Now playing on the Challenge Tour, he combines his golf with a burgeoning career in the media. Anna Whiteley caught up with him at the home of golf, the scene among other things of his Alfred Dunhill triumph in 2007.
Nick, thank you for joining us on Golfing World, and there is no better place to catch up with you really here at St Andrews. You won here in 2007, you got married here. Just how fond are you of this place?
Well, it's been good to me. It's a very special place for anybody who comes to visit. If you're a golfer, it's probably the most heavenly place you could ever wish to come to. But for me, obviously, we're getting married to Di here. We're coming up for 5 years this new year as well. It's just thank you. It's a really, really special place. And obviously, having won the Dunhill around, a course like St Andrews, Jack Nicklaus said that you're not a true champion unless you've won round St Andrews. He was talking about the Open, but I count the Dunhill anyway. It's a really special place, and for me, that season, 2007, I played phenomenally. I had a brilliant year. I led the US Open, played with Tiger for the first time. I'd come so close to winning on numerous occasions and kind of blown it a bit down the stretch. So to win this one, which was such a big one, the field though was really strong here. So to win this one was so special to me. And then, the fact that you're at St Andrew, it gives me goosebumps now talking about it. It's just you couldn't wish to win a tournament at a better place. As a golfer, it's something that you're so grateful that no one can ever take away from you. I mean, any win is important in the context of your career, but to win, especially a links golfer, a British player, a place like St Andrews, it's a pretty special moment for me.
And just looking on that 2007 season, like you said, you played some pretty incredible golf, so consistent. What's it like as a golfer when you find your kind of niche and you're playing as well as you can?
It's lovely. The thing is not to overthink it, because the more you get involved with that sort of stuff, it makes it really easy to fall out of it. Call it what you will, the zone, whatever you want to. It kind of happens by accident. You can't really control it to that degree. You just kind of go with the flow. And when you feel like it, it's really special, because the game is so simple. Pick your point, aim for it, go for it, it'll happen. And ironically, with golf, the more you start thinking about it, the more you get involved, the harder you try, you get further and further away from feeling like that. And I've tasted both ends of that. I felt what it's like to compete at the highest level and play well and feel like I belonged. And I've also played at the worst level, and battled to make cuts anywhere I've played. So it's a funny old game. It's a cruel game at times, but we all love it, and that is the challenge of it. So love it or hate it, golf will always deliver the same challenge.
And when players do start to lose their form, it's a bit of a taboo subject, really. They don't like to talk about it, and you've been pretty open about it. But how frustrating is it when you can't get back to where you were?
It's not cool.
No.
It's not cool. It's a tough time, and you know what? I've been through a lot over the last few years, and it hasn't all been fun. Ask my wife, she'd tell you.
Yeah.
But it's the sport. It's given me perspective. It's taught me a lot about myself. It made me have to find more in my life other than just depending on my worth being how well I play. Because I think when I was playing great, and my career to that point, whether it be Rookie of the Year, winning on tour, everyone would tell me how great it was. All the time. It was great. But that was kind of dependent. My score would dictate how I felt about myself, which is kind of rubbish, but works when you're playing well. But if you live and die by the sword, though, so when things weren't going so well, all of a sudden I wasn't worth anything, and I was wasting my time, everybody else's time. You can imagine the sort of pit of despair that you end up in when you think like that. So I had to find enjoyment, pleasure from other parts of my life. I was very fortunate that some of my problems coincided with the amazing thing in my life, having a son, my little boy Max, who you've met. And
he is adorable.
Yeah, he's a pretty special little boy, and we've got another little girl coming in December. So I have so many great things in my life. Do I still have a full card on tour? No. Am I as happy as I've ever been? Yes. But I think it's just, I'm in a better place with my golf. So as much as I don't have it right now, I really enjoy playing again, and I think also when you do so much like I have with TV, and we've worked together, that's great fun. I enjoy all the other aspects of life other than just being about how many shots it takes me to get it in the hole. So don't get me wrong, I'm still really driven to get back and compete with these guys, and I love competing. But yeah, I'm in a good place these days.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about what you're up to in a second. If you could just talk us through this little approach shot that you found yourself with here.
Well, I've just hit it 380 yards off the tee, right in the middle of the fairway, as you do, into the wood. This is a third hole. It's quite a short hole here at St Andrews. I've hit a driver, which is very aggressive. It's given me, how far, boss?
77 yards.
77 yards downwind. It's just a little delicate pitch shot. I mean, this is a hole really that you're hoping to make birdie on.
Yeah. With a drive
after
like
a
that.
tee shot like this one. Yeah, it's in good shape. So it's all about the strike. Tends to get a bit of a skip on short here. Should kick in a bit left to right. And it's all about the strike. The one thing that's a bit different this week compared to most weeks on tour is it's so tight, the fairways, which takes a bit of getting used to. But it should help get a bit more spin on it.
Take it away. That looks pretty decent.
It's a touch past the hole,
Yeah,
but it was a good shot. I played it well. So
take that, green and 2. So you've obviously made a really natural transition actually into the media, and looking at the guys now, being so close to them as you are, how much has the game changed since, well, you were in your prime in 07?
yeah, I think the best players are still very good. I just think it's an exciting time for everybody involved with the sport because there's some amazing young players these days. You've got, you know, Spieth obviously doing what he's done this season, Jason Day, Rory McIlroy. He's still had a great year, but it feels like he's had a rubbish one just because of how good the others have been. Ricky Fowler joining the fray, Patrick Reed there. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and there's so many. Dustin Johnson, can't rule him out either. There's so many good young players, which is different to the Tiger Woods era, because when I was playing my best golf, you turn up at a tournament, and if Tiger was playing, you probably weren't winning. You know, he was probably going to win it. Whereas now, those guys turn up, and you know, you just don't know. And the quality of the golf, the calibre of the golf that they're playing to win these events, it's so exciting. They're not Tiger Woods, but combined, I think the power is going to do enough for this game to keep it moving forward. And if you can win in the field with those players these days, then you've got it cracked.
We love seeing you on Sky Sports. You're so passionate about the game, Nick. Best of luck. Leave me
My
hanging.
pleasure. By the way,
Have a
I was
great
making
week.
3 here. No need to pay attention, but I was making 3.